Go ahead, Coach.
Hi, yes, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited about the upcoming season and just excited to talk about our team. We are really honored to be picked third in the preseason. I think it speaks to the stability we've had, the talent we have, and also the depth of our program and how we've been building it. And with that, we were fortunate to not have anybody transfer out last year, but we're able to continue to build through player development, targeted transfer recruiting, and incoming freshmen. So with that in mind, while we graduate a lot, we are returning our two leading scorers, first team preseason, Charlize Dunn, and also all defensive picks, Charlize Dunn, along with second team, Katie Donovan. And those guys are just so instrumental to everything that we do. They can pass, they can shoot, they can handle, they rebound, they can defend 1 through 5, and really are just great leaders for our program as well. I'm also excited about the sophomore class and our second-year players in our program. They've all made tremendous jumps, and Candice Leonafa and Kira Brundonks had great starts to their freshman year in their careers at Davidson and are really poised to make a big jump. Looking ahead, we have a great non-conference slate ahead of us. We're playing 7 teams that played in the NCAA tournament last year, and that's our goal. Our goal is to be playing in the NCAA, and we wanted to put a schedule together that would prepare us for the Atlantic 10, but also put us into consideration for an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament in March. So with that, we're opening with 3 consecutive games against teams that played in March Madness last year in Mississippi State, William & Mary, and Florida Gulf Coast, and then are taking on a wonderful event down in Orlando hosted by the WBCA where we'll be playing Miami and Baylor, who are likely top 25 programs this year. And then fortunately, we've been able to add a great game at home against NC State to close out non-conference. So I feel like our schedule's very balanced. That will prepare us for the A10, but also put us into the national landscape, which is where we want to be. But we're excited for the increased expectations and sort of trying to raise the bar here at Davidson College.
Questions?
Gail, Zach Weiss, Atlantic10.com. Have to ask what the biggest thing you learned about your team last season was that you feel helped prepare, in addition to everything you mentioned, for next season, for this coming season as well.
Yeah, last year was a bit of a kind of new year for us, where the previous year hadn't quite gone as well as we had wanted it to go, and a lot of our players got actual postseason experience. They got a taste of what it was like to play in the Atlantic 10 tournament, got a chance to see what it was like to play in the WBIT, and that experience, was so valuable. And all of our, young players made such big jumps in the postseason until now over the summer. They're really prepared. I think they have a much better idea of what this is all about and the standards that, we've been trying to raise since we've been at Davidson.
Matt Maderno from Mid-Major Madness. For you, Coach, you mentioned that retention.
Yeah.
How do you do that in college basketball? And then for Charlize, why come back? What was the pitch, and what was that like?
I think Davidson College is really unique. We're a bit of a unicorn in the college basketball, college athletics landscape, being a liberal arts college that still really is focused on the and in the student-athlete experience. We really prioritize education and are recruiting, really smart young women that are incredibly driven, along with having a great investment into athletics. I think it's when you're talking about the and, we're really doing it better than anyone else, I think, in the country as far as providing that balance. And, it showed up with us having a great basketball season, but us also having a 3.8 team GPA in the spring. And so I think when you're thinking about it, we are just kind of providing on the experience I think we talked about in the recruiting process, because it's very real here at Davidson College.
Yeah, I would say going into my senior year, there was no doubt about coming back to Davidson. I love it here. Also getting a taste, like we went to the semifinals last year in the A10 tournament, and I want to win it this year, so no doubt that I was coming back.
Charlize, what was it like just coming back last year? Obviously, you had a long, determining road, and how did you shape that determination on the court, being a team lead off the court, and shape yourself this season?
Sorry, can you clarify? Talking about going into this season?
Talking about how you bounced back from the injury, found
Yeah.
confidence in self and game with yourself and your team, and found that next for yourself this year.
Yeah, I would just say, we've got such a great athletic trainer and, our staff, and everyone really put 100% into me and getting me back on the court. So everyone worked really hard with me to get me back out there. So when I was back on the court, I was feeling really confident.
Gail, a question about the freshmen, just who and the newcomers, who really has stood out for you as you try to find roles and carve things out this time of year?
Yeah, all four of them have had, a great start to things. And I think that both Angie, our transfer from San Francisco, who was on the all-rookie team out on the West Coast Conference, it feels like she's been here forever. She's fit in very seamlessly to our style of play. And our three freshmen just came from really high-level basketball backgrounds, being part of national teams, professional teams, and getting a lot of experience on the world stage. So I feel like they're coming in much more prepared to play mostly in our system because we recruited them for it, but also they've been in those big moments, against, players that are playing professionally or now in college. So I just don't feel like they're intimidated at all. They've really just attacked it and fit in great. I would say from a standout side of things, Inez Garcia has really stood out in the freshman class as just being very athletic and also a great fit for our style of play.
Additional questions? Yep, go ahead, Zach.
Gail, you mentioned just feeling that pendulum turning and how you are viewed and how maybe others perceive you. How did you realize that in real time, and how do you manage the ebbs and flows that can bring?
I think that every season is kind of its own beast, and for us, we really just try to kind of take it one day at a time, try to give our best to sort of try to move the program forward, and managing those ebbs and flows. We do a great job, I think, of trying to meet with our team and figure out, hey, what can be best, and we're looking for kind of input from them as well. So I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, we're trying to be really cohesive between our coaching staff and our players.
Any more questions? All right, Coach, I think we're finished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was the best season that they've had under Gail last year. 19 wins, the most in her previous 8 years, now going into her 9th year. So coming off a really exciting year, so I could see how she's fired up for the season.
Oh my goodness, I want to run through a wall listening to her because her energy is palpable, number one. But the fact that she wants to take a huge bite out of the apple just so they're able to have a chance to get into the NCAA tournament, I think that's going to be really exciting to watch. I mean, out of the gates with 3 teams that played in the NCAA tournament, that's a great start.
Charlize Dunn, she is standing by with ice. Let's go back to Pittsburgh.
Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Here with Charlize Dunn of Davidson Women's Basketball. And Charlize, you're one of the key returners this season for this team. Let's start off with just this team coming off of one of the most successful seasons under Coach Fulks. What's the energy and the mindset going into this season?
Yeah. I think we're all really excited and we're just hungry for this season. I mean, we were so close last year, making it to the semifinals, furthest we've ever made in the A10 tournament. So we want more this year. We really want to win it.
Yeah. You are a 2-time all-conference second-team selection. You scored in double figures last year. I mean, again, a key returner. Where are you looking to grow your game personally?
I think I want to keep working on my defense. Like, I'm really proud that I was all defensive preseason team. Like, that's awesome to me. But I just want to keep working on that, working on my versatility offensively as well. Like, I want to get better at cutting and finishing and just adding more to my bag, to be honest. Yeah.
This team may be young. You're the lone senior.
Yeah.
I mean, does that add pressure to you? And how do you want to lead the Wildcats?
Yeah. It does add a little bit of pressure, but at the same time, like, I love these girls. I love my team. So definitely high expectations this season, but it's been fun so far.
Good. Yeah. High expectations. I would expect nothing less
Yeah.
from a player from Coach Fulks. Last one for you. Non-conference is looking really exciting. You guys take on Baylor in a neutral site, and then you also host NC State, a team that just finished going to the Final Four. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm really excited for all of our non-conference games. I would say NC State does stand out to me because last year it was such a close loss. Like, we were so close to winning. So that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah. Charlize, thank you so much. Best of luck this season.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, back to you, Mike and Christy.
All right, thanks a lot, Ice. Yeah, Charlize, 12 points a game last year. Like they said, they want to win it all this year. They went to the WBIT. Interesting because we've always been talking about, like, with the years that players have, right?
Right.
COVID is now in the rearview mirror, right?
Yeah.
We're almost 5 or 6 years out of COVID. So when I look
Right.
at her, she went to Virginia Tech for year one, played at Davidson the last 2 years. Yeah, traditional. 4 years. She's a senior. This is it.
Right. And, she's had injuries as well that she's had to battle through. So for her to be able to get out there, 12.6 boards a game, but her experience at Virginia Tech, that's going to serve her well moving forward, not just statistically, but as a leader because of her experience.